Hi friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rain Boots, and oh, I'm here with surprise inside gnomes. This is such a fun one, all pre-made. If you would like to make them, boop, stick around, boop. As always, please hit that like button so that I know you're here crafting with me. It helps in the algorithm. All right, so for these two cuties, I am going to give you the biggest cheat ever. You can sew or glue them, and look at this. Okay, all right, so we are gonna play a game. Guess what's inside the girl? Let me know in the comments below what you think I tucked in here. You'll never guess. I'm so excited. Okay, so these are from the Target dollar spot. They are just pre-made drawstring bags. You can see they're maybe 6-8 inches tall. They're nothing big, but let me tell you, I pick them up every year because they're so fun. You can put gift cards in them, you can put candies, you can put anything. But we're making gnomes today. All right, so as you can see, oh, the Dollar Tree also has these sometimes. Not always as cute, sometimes made of burlap, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill this jar with Christmas hot candies. And so I wanted to make sure that I was having a design that could work with a removable hat. So also in the Target dollar section, these dish towels come 2 to a pack. Super cute fa la la with pom-pom trim, but I didn't like this writing. So I'm going to use for a beard this cotton mop from the Dollar Tree, but you can use the Swiffer pad here, you can use yarn, faux fur, anything you'd like. So the very first step is cut off the tags. You're halfway done. Second step is to tie it up. No, I'm kidding. You just want to see, if you have access to a sewing machine, you're just gonna fold it up, see where it hits, and then flip it inside out. This is the easiest way to make a box. It's just basically turning a non-bottom item into having a bottom. Makes it really stable. So how you do that is you turn it inside out, line up the seams, and press the thing flat on top of each other. Like that. Yep, that's it. Now you're going to just fold over those seams so that they lay flat. You don't have to do that, I suppose. This could be a 2-minute craft instead of a 4-minute craft. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is where you fold it up, you're just going to mark that with a pencil or chalk or a sewing pen, whatever you have. And then you're gonna do that on both sides, and guess what? Get your sewing machine, take about 32 seconds and and straight stitch those. Cut off your threads, cut off the excess, it doesn't matter. I left it there, turned it inside out, and Bob's your uncle. Look at this. Ooh, I love this. I love using pre-made drawstrings, everything. Because the first project I ever learned to sew was a drawstring bag, and I made it harder than it needed to be. So once I learned this trick, I'm like, never making a drawstring bag again. All right, so as you can see, this sits flat. It looks super tailored and fun. All right, so for the hat, I'm going to, like I said, build everything on the hat so it's removable. So I just opened up this, not my favorite, dish towel, ironed it with my Cricut Press Mini, which I use so much, and then I'm going to wrap it around the middle or so of our piece with whatever I'm stuffing it in, okay, or stuffing in it. So in addition to the 1/2 inch you need for the hem, you're actually going to add another 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch in order to make sure you have enough to A, put your beard and nose on, but also B, have it open so that you don't have like a really tight fit. We need it to easily come on and off. So I made an 8-inch cut here because I wanted to make a floppy hat gnome. In order to make a straight hat gnome, you're just gonna build a couple pieces of wire into the hat. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off to about 3 inches from the bottom hem, and I leave a little flat part so I can attach a bell or a pom-pom later. So you can see here, this is what it looks like. Put your right sides back together, grab your sewing machine again, and sew up the rise that we made all the way up to the point, flip it out, and biggity bam, you have a gnome hat. Aww. All right, so you're going to build the beard or the braids or whatever onto the hat. So you just need to determine how wide a piece you want. If you are using something like thread or like yarn or these cotton mop heads from the Dollar Tree, I would recommend grabbing a piece of fabric and building on that fabric. So this is a piece of scrap from cutting off the hat. I took 10 pieces, I think that's 10, let me count. Yep, 10 pieces of cotton rope from the mop, and I'm gonna use it twice. And so I'm just gonna put them all in a row, and that gets me my width. And then for the depth and dimension, I'm going to just cut it off 1, 2, 3-ish inches or so. 4-ish, not sure. And then I'm just going to place about 8 of them on top and glue those down. That's it. Super easy. All right. And we're going to be gluing this to the inside. So if you are using this cotton rope, be sure to unravel it before you brush it out. You don't have to do either of these things. It just looks better. I ended up not brushing it out because I wanted this to be a quick craft. I have a couple extra strings there that I pulled out accidentally. You can use those as a mustache. I did not. Give it a quick trimmies. And after you put it on, you can trim it up again, which is what I ended up doing. Look at all that. You can use that as fluff to stuff a gnome. All right, so I'm just making sure on the height so you can see here. And then I'm going to attach my nose. This is a 1-inch wood round. You can use a pom-pom, a wood bead, a felt ball, anything you'd like. Just scooch it on there, let that dry, and then flip over your hat. Like I said, we're gonna be attaching it to this part right here. There you go. And then we're going to add a generous portion of hot glue. Be sure to line it up so that the nose touches that bottom edge of your hem, so that, I'm going to flip it over so you can see here, so that we can have a little bit of squishy down bit on our nose. That's a technical term here. Squishy down bit right there. All right, sorry. I'm having fun with these today. Okay, so I'm going to make a fold over hat for this one, what I wanted to be permanently folded over. So as you can imagine, I'm just going to grab my hot glue gun and put a generous portion of hot glue right about there and squish it down. Didn't know if I wanted a pom-pom or a bell. Obviously opted for the bell because it's fun. Used a small bit of embroidery thread and tied that bad boy on. So festive. Okay, for the girl, looky. It's socks and an ornament that I made. So I made the girl's hat all with hot glue, and I just glued on the braids and the nose right on the inside to that. So for the bottom of this one, I'm just gonna leave it to just let you know, if you want it to be a super quick craft, just put in a wood round to make everything stable and fold up your items and tuck them inside. Ta-da! That's it. Tie it up tight and just put your gnome hat on top. You don't have to glue it down like I did for the boy. I actually left this one open without putting any wire on it. But if you wanted to, you can glue it on the inside of that hat. For gifting, I'm just using this box I got at Daiso. 2 hot pads I got on Amazon with the silicone grippy things because I'm a klutz in the kitchen and I need those grippy things. So I got 2 of those, put the cute fa la 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 pom-pom towel hanging out the front, and I put those 2 pine sprigs in the back just to give it a little something. Tuck these cuties in and look at this. Oh my goodness. Super. I don't know why she looks so boop big there, boop. But let me know, what do you think in the comments below. This was a huge hit to my gift recipient. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe for more crafty fun.